Welcome to Pennant Chase Baseball, presented by Amazon Web Services.
I can tell you from the bottom of my heart that I have always felt that I'm the most ordinary of men who was given an extraordinary break of doing what I love to do.
Every now and then, there is something that you can't possibly think of.
In a year that has been so improbable, the impossible has happened. Behind the bag, it gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it. Got it. By Don Larkin. A no-hitter, a perfect game in a World Series. It is a great moment for all of us, and particularly for Henry Allen.
Just to be here and see all of that, it's a great honor.
It really is a privilege and good fortune to have this job. But when I hang it up, that'll be that.
Ballpark Cam, give you a split look. Left-hand portion of your screens. Most of you are going to get the Rockies and the Dodgers as Vin Scully prepares to call his final game as the voice of the Dodgers at Dodger Stadium. Others will get the Rangers and the A's. Live baseball coming up right here on MLB Network. Alongside the Hall of Famer John Smoltz and our insider Ken Rosenthal, I'm Robert Flores. As Vin Scully writing the final few sentences on his final chapter as the voice of the Los Angeles Dodgers, I said earlier this week that not only is he the greatest baseball announcer or broadcaster of all time, I think he's among the greatest broadcasters, period, of all time.
I don't know enough about the industry to say that, but I can't imagine that he is not one of the greatest broadcasters ever, sports or non-sports. And certainly, just the way he speaks better than almost all of us can write.
Yeah.
That's hard to think about. It's hard to get your arms around, because when you sit down and write, you have time. He's speaking extemporaneously.
Yeah.
And I just think also, Robert, it's so fitting today, on a day when the sport lost such a giant figure, that Vin Scully in his final home game will be there to offer perspective that only he can give us. He has a unique feel because of his experience, because of his worldview. I'm looking forward to hearing him.
Right. John, what was it like your first meeting with Vin Scully as a player?
Well, it's pretty cool because we're in the West forever, right? So you're always in there. And as a pitcher, you're charting, at least we did, in the clubhouse. So I got to listen to him at every single game that I wasn't pitching or when I was charting. And I put him in the class. I grew up on Ernie Harwell. And Ernie Harwell and him both were never bigger than the game. They lasted longer than the game seems to ever be able to last. And their dignity and just humility speaks volumes as a person. And I think, and see a guy like this, who represented our game for 67 years, will walk away and you won't see him, because he truly understands that this has been a journey and that he doesn't want it to be about him. I'll probably say he's more uncomfortable today than at any other point, because it's all about him and he wants it to be about the Dodgers. Yeah,
in a media world of hot takes and all about me, Vin Scully is quite a contrast to the current state of media. You take a look at Ballpark Cam, Dodger Stadium. Most of you are going to get the Rockies and Dodgers. Others get the Rangers and A's. Stay with us.
Taco Bell's $5 box can transport you to the future of gaming. Grab the new Cheddar Habanero Quesarito box with a Doritos Locos Taco, Crunchy Taco, and medium drink, and you can win PlayStation VR.
Golden Corral's 7-Day Shrimp Extravaganza featuring new garlic parmesan shrimp skewers, peel and eat shrimp, and Southwest grilled shrimp. Dinner's an incredible value, only $13.99. During the week, enjoy shrimp Creole, shrimp tacos, and more, just $11.99. Only at Golden Corral.
Get your choppers.
Sir, target now in sight.
Target now out of sight. Call the doctor. Looks like you have missile poisoning. Mobile strike. Download and play now. Free from the App Store.
I began my racing career in my home country of Australia. I was having a great deal of success there, but I knew deep down that I had to come to America and challenge myself against the very best. It's the hardest thing I've ever done. But I'm here, I'm winning races, and I believe that's how you become the best.
Introducing BetAmerica.com, your new home for legal online wagering. It's time to play the BetAmerica way.
All right, welcome back. Some of you will be getting this game in Oakland. The Oakland A's and the Texas Rangers. Rangers, of course, fresh off clinching the American League West. So it's the Rangers and the A's for some of you. And you're headed there right now here on MLB Network. All right, those of you still with us, that means you're getting the Rockies and the Dodgers. Coming up here on MLB Network, Pennant Chase Baseball presented by Amazon Web Services. Vin Scully preparing to call his final home game as the voice of the Dodgers. And as Ken mentioned before the break, it has been a devastating day around Major League Baseball after the death of Jose Fernandez, the 24-year-old pitcher for the Miami Marlins. Ken, as you pointed out, Dave Roberts offered Yasiel Puig, who was very close with Fernandez, the opportunity to sit, but Puig decided, I want to play, and he's in the lineup today.
Roberts told reporters before the game that he saw Puig in the parking lot. They had that conversation then, and Puig made it very clear to him that he was going to dedicate the game to Jose Fernandez.
All right, so that's the Rockies and the Dodgers with a chance to clinch the division, chance to clinch their fourth consecutive National League West title with either a win or a Giants loss. So let's get you out to beautiful Dodger Stadium. It's Pennant Chase Baseball presented by Amazon Web Services.
Since 1958, you and I have really grown up together through the good times and the bad. The transistor radio is what bound us together. By the way, were you at the Coliseum when we sang Happy Birthday to an umpire? Were you among the crowd that groaned at one of my puns? Or did you kindly laugh at one of my little jokes? Did I put you to sleep with the transistor radio tucked under your pillow? You know, you were simply always there for me. I've always felt that I needed you more than you needed me, and that holds true to this very day. I've been privileged to share in your passion and love for this great game. You folks have truly been the wind beneath my wings, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart for joining me on this incredible journey of 67 years of broadcasting Dodger baseball. Hi, everybody, and a very pleasant Sunday afternoon to you, wherever you may be. God bless that child for wearing that T-shirt. And we're ready for what could be a great day in Dodger history as they try to clinch the Western Division title for the fourth consecutive year. For the Dodgers, they're also trying to win their 90th game, and they will have done that, should they do it today, 4 straight years. And they've done that twice in franchise history. The old Brooklyn Dodgers had a run where they made 90 or more wins 6 straight years. So that's something else for the Los Angeles version to aim for. Meanwhile, during the day, you can bet we'll be watching every pitch in San Diego involving the San Francisco Giants. However, right now, this is the time to get the ball game underway. So let's take a look at the Colorado lineup, and it reads this way. Charlie Blackmon in center field, DJ LeMahieu at second base, and Carlos Gonzalez in right field. Nolan Arenado with 40 home runs at third base,
David Dahl in left field. Gerardo Parra will be at first base. Christian Adames at short. Dustin Garneau behind the plate. And Tyler Anderson on the mound. On the mound for the Dodgers to test himself, his arm and his body, is Brandon McCarthy with a record of just 2-2. The opponent's batting average in his brief time on the mound is 169. However, this is also his first start since back in August the 13th. So we'll take a look at McCarthy, and the Rockies will take a look at him as well. And Charlie Blackmon, the wonderful center fielder, will start it off. Charlie sure brings a lot to the dance. He's a good hitter. He's got power and speed. He has a 12-game hitting streak that snapped last night, but he's hitting .321, 28 home runs, 77 runs batted in, and he takes a strike. So Charlie, then LeMahieu, Gonzalez, and Arenado, a pretty formidable foursome to start the game. The one pitch is fouled back into the crowd, and the count 0-2. For the Dodgers, they've won 89 games. They've won 4 straight. They're trying to win their 53rd game at home this year. They're 1 game under on the road, and of course they got a big lift from Clayton Kershaw last night. McCarthy turns, and the strike 2 pitch is fouled back. When McCarthy is right, and he hasn't really been right, but when he is, he has great control. In fact, the Dodgers knew that something was wrong when he was struggling the last couple of times we saw him. So it's been a while for him to get together, and his strike 2 pitch on the way is pulled foul outside of first and down the line. By the way, summer has arrived in September in Los Angeles. Indeed, 95 degrees here in the ballpark. And if anyone is listening on a radio, a reminder, plenty of water, plenty of sunblock, and a hat if you're possible with it. If you don't have it, get a scorecard and put it on your head, because the sun beating down mercifully right now as McCarthy is ready, and Charlie Blackmon had to go back and get another bat. All right, Blackmon is about ready. McCarthy waiting, standing on the first base side of the rubber, and Blackmon is ready. McCarthy turns on the rubber, and the strike 2 pitch is chased and missed. It was a bad ball, up and away, and Blackmon strikes out. Let's take a look at the Dodgers with the leather, and it's Adrian Gonzalez and Charlie Culberson, Corey Seager and Justin Turner. The outfield, because of a left-hander starting, Howie Kendrick, Kike Hernandez, and Yasiel Puig. Behind the plate, Carlos Ruiz and Brandon McCarthy. Ready to pitch now to LeMahieu, a excellent second baseman, hitting .349. And the first pitch to him low and inside, ball 1, 1-0. We've talked a bit about McCarthy, and we've also talked a little bit about LeMahieu, who is 6'4", and that comes as quite a surprise if you've never seen him before playing second base. He takes a strike. There was a player for the Giants back in the 20s, George High Pockets Kelly. Well, maybe it's High Pockets DJ LeMahieu, who is 6'4". The 1-1 pitch on the way takes inside under the hands. 2 balls and 1 strike the count. Mark Reppinger is the plate umpire charged with the responsibility of balls and strikes. Reppinger standing behind LeMahieu. Mark has been umpiring for about 3.5 years. Pitch now goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mark Reppinger lives in California, and it's good to have him here. Then you have Alfonso Marquez at first, Larry Vanover at second, and Dave Rackley at third. Here comes McCarthy, a little ground ball to third. Nice hop for Turner, who flips it over in time. And just like that, 2 down in the first inning. Even though he has not pitched since August the 13th, if McCarthy is throwing strikes, he'll be in for a pleasant afternoon. Carlos Gonzalez, who will certainly try to make it unpleasant, will check in. multi-talented right fielder, hitting .299. He has piled up 25 home runs and 99 runs batted in. As they call him, Cargo, running the two names together. Extremely popular, and well, he should be in every town, but especially Denver. And he takes high and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Carlos Gonzalez has had a wonderful career, and he's 31, or he will be 31 in October. Left-hand hitter, and the 1-0 pitch is swung on and fouled away. For Carlos Gonzalez, checking with Mark Repinger, got a bit of Mark. Blowing on his right hand, so timeout. See that foul ball? Got him on the mask more than anything else. And you say, well, he's wearing a mask. Yeah, that's like being hit in the mask by a hammer. So he's not 100% yet. And like every umpire who ever lived, he will try to assure everybody that just give me a minute, I'll be okay. But he took a real jolt. Umpires as well suffer from concussions, and we certainly hope that Mark is okay. So timeout for a well-deserved time. Alfonso Marquez, the first Mexican umpire, over there talking to Mark, whose jaw probably felt it, almost as if he was hit in the jaw. But they're also touching just under the eye on the left side and around the mouth. So it was a nasty one. Meanwhile, McCarthy has to wait, understandably. We can also tell you that when they get started at 1:40 in San Diego, Ty Blach will start against Johnny Cueto. In fact, that's a surprise. We thought that Cueto was supposed to pitch. But remember when Johnny Cueto played here, he was twisting and throwing his legs in the air, and he suffered a groin strain, if not a pull. That looks like Mark's going to hang in there. As I said, the umpires, they're as tougher than the ball players. They just won't come out. So anyway, Ty Blach working for Johnny Cueto. Clayton Richard will be on the mound for San Diego. Okay, Mark, big, good-natured fella, puts the mask back on. Carlos Gonzalez with the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Gonzalez has done just about everything. He's won a silver bat, a gold glove, in fact 3 gloves. He's also hit for the cycle, so there's not much else he can do. Cargo waiting, McCarthy ready and comes back, and it's swung on and missed, and the count 1-2. So of course a tremendous lift should Brandon McCarthy back to his old form. Brandon on the first base side of the rubber. Rocks and turns, right-handed delivers high and away, and the count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Outfield just about straight away. So Cargo waiting. We'll repeat, 95 degrees. So be careful. Here comes McCarthy, swung on and missed. So he strikes out 2 of the 3. More importantly, throwing strikes, which is the McCarthy we knew in the past. And at the end of half an inning, Rockies nothing, Dodgers coming up.
Penn and Chase Baseball is presented by Amazon Web Services.
Experience the thrill of the Lexus IS F-Sport, because the ultimate expression of power is control. This is the pursuit of perfection.
All right, guys, listen up. We're getting killed out there. Prostate cancer is kicking our butts. Coach Vermeil, the stats.
Pathetic. 1 in 7 men are going to get it.
And 1 in 5 African-American men. We got a problem. So what are we going to do about it? Get screened, coach. Get screened. Get screened. Get screened.
Learn more at prostatepeptalk.com.
I'm a big fan of my Bank of America mobile banking app. I can manage my accounts, deposit checks, get alerts, pay my bills, and more. I'm a big fan of this team, too. In fact, I tried out to be the mascot. Apparently, I'm overqualified. I do not have an overbite.
Reds, Cards on MLB Network's Tuesday Pennant Chase Baseball, live at 8 Eastern.
Bottom of the first inning, no score in the ball game. McCarthy faced 3 batters, struck out 2 of them. Here's the Dodger lineup, and it will be Howie Kendrick leading off in left field. Justin Turner hitting second and playing third base. Corey Seager, left-hander or no, he's still batting third. Then you have Yasiel Puig hitting cleanup. Adrian Gonzalez at first, Carlos Ruiz behind the plate, Kike Hernandez in center batting 7th, Charlie Culberson at second base batting 8th, and Brandon McCarthy. On the mound, Tyler John Anderson. He's another big drink of water, 6'4", 215, born in Las Vegas. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1 to count. He was a first-round pick by the Rockies back in 2011 out of Oregon. Left-hander ready, comes back to Howie, 0-1, swung on, ground ball to short. Adames is up with it, fires to first in time for an out. So we'll take a look at the Rockies now. And for them, Gerardo Parra, who didn't play in the first 2 games, played right field last night, playing first base today. Then LeMahieu, Adames, and Arenado. The young rookie out there in left field, David Dahl. Then you have Charlie Blackmon, the veteran, and of course Carlos Gonzalez. So Justin Turner, kind of in a strange spot, hitting number 2. Are they waving up here? Oh, that's terrific. Holy mackerel. I saw Justin, I thought, oh, he's waving to someone in the fans, but then I realized Kendrick did the same thing. First pitch in for a strike, 0-1 the count. No score first inning, and it is not about me. This is a big day. Dodgers with a chance to clinch the Western Division. Big left-hander Anderson hesitates, delivers low and inside. The hesitation is with his right leg. It just seems to slow him down. That allows his arm and his body to catch up. Not a big windup, but then that leg. There's the hesitation, and the pitch is swung on. High fly ball into deep right center. However, Charlie Blackmon is there and makes the catch for the out. So Turner a long out down in the bullpen, and you're just wondering, Julio Urias is warming up. Now, is he warming up just for the fact that he's going to come in relief, or is he warming up because McCarthy's only going to make 1 inning? We'll find out soon enough, but it doesn't seem to make sense to have him warming up in the heat if he's not coming in. So we will see. 2 down, first inning. Here's Corey, and the left-hander ready, fastball in at the knees for a strike, and the count 0-1. Corey having a phenomenal first year and well worth it. Second highest by a rookie, hitting .310 with 25 home runs, 70 runs batted in, and he promptly whacks it into right center for a base hit. Charlie Blackmon gets it back in. So a 2-out single by Corey Seager, and that'll bring up Yasiel Puig. Puig, as you can well imagine, upset, hurt, confused, all about the death of his young friend Jose Fernandez. 2 down, line drive single by Seager. Puig with Adrian Gonzalez on deck. No score, bottom of the first inning, just starting. A chance to play against the left-hander. Yasiel waits. Here comes the pitch. Outside, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Dodgers trying to beat the Rockies again. They have really given Colorado a bad time. They've won 11-7, but here they've won 7 out of 9. 1-0 pitch on the way, fastball fouled away, and a 1-ball 1-strike count. Crowd, of course, very much in a festive mood, and of course of the importance of the game. They're festive anyway on the final day with all the different prizes, and they have a little extra enthusiasm. Of course, normally it might be just the last game at home, but not today. It's Fan Appreciation Day, and the Dodgers have a shot. Throw to first, not in time. Dodgers trying to beat the Giants on their own. Knowing them as well as we do, they would much prefer to win their way rather than have the Giants lose and hand it to them. So we will see as Puig waits. 1 ball and 1 strike. Anderson, left foot on the rubber, leaning on his right leg, now straightens up. 1-1 pitch on the way. There's that leg hesitation and a ground foul outside of third, right by Chris Woodward. One ball and 2 strikes. Yasiel Puig a look down to Woodward for the moment. Dodgers having a fine home record, 52-28. They're 1 game under 500, and they have 1 more road trip. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Left-handed deals, ground ball to third. Backing up for the hop is Arenado. They get a force play at second, and that's that. So no runs, 1 hit, and a man left. And at the end of an inning, no score.
I'm in there as Katie.
I'll call you later. Or, no, I won't. I'll text you because, what am I, your dad? Don't stay out too late.
Yeah, just text me.
Thank you. Get home safe. This must be what Antonio Brown feels like when he's dancing in the end zone.
Huh. This must be how Lucas felt when he finally got Katie's number.
Pepsi. Good or better? The Hyundai Santa Fe Sport versus the Ford Edge.
Should we be wearing helmets?
The Santa Fe Sport has an available multi-view camera system. The Edge doesn't.
What was that?
On the Hyundai, available auto emergency braking. On the Ford, nope.
Hey, what's with the axe?
And only the Hyundai is backed by America's best warranty. Better is the reason to buy Hyundai.
I'm out.
The 2017 Santa Fe Sport from Hyundai.
Well, this here's a load-bearing wall. We'll go ahead and rip that out. It's going to cause a lot of problems. Totally unnecessary, and it triples the budget.
Wouldn't it be great if everyone said what they meant? The Citi Double Cash Card does. Earn 1% cash back when you buy and 1% as you pay. Double means double.
He struck him out. That right there is as good as it gets. Fives, and he makes the catch.
Nobody could do it any better.
Sensational.
The world has got to take notice.
Unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. Unbelievable. Arenado.
Well, Brandon McCarthy went right back out to the mound. So Urias got up, maybe decided to just warm up a little. It doesn't take long today to just see how he felt, because we might very well see him in relief later on. And now Urias is sitting back. And McCarthy, who looked impressive in the first inning, striking out 2 of 3. And now it's Nolan Arenado. Arenado the other night hit the 40th home run of his career this year. He had 42 the year before. And a ground ball to short gets him immediately. And we have 1 away. So McCarthy is throwing strikes. That's the most important thing, even if balls are hit. The idea that he's got his body back into shape. He's got his coordination. There's no pain hindering his delivery. So Brandon working on the left-hand hitting David Dahl. Dahl in his rookie year has been impressive, hitting .316. He also has a half a dozen home runs, 22 RBIs, and 15 multi-hit games. So David, left-hand batter, checks in. 1-0 pitch on the way is swung on, fouled away, and the count 1 ball and 1 strike. David Dahl had a rough time. He's from Birmingham, Alabama. He had a serious hamstring, and he had a bad collision in the outfield in the minor leagues. Takes a strike, but he has survived, we're happy to say. 6'2", 195, and 22 years old. The next pitch to the young left-hand batter, bad ball, and he chased it, and that's the sign of his youth, going after a pitch above the shoulders. third strikeout for Brandon McCarthy. The hitters are helping out a little bit. And the batter now, old friend Gerardo Parra. A Gold Glove in right field when he played for the Diamondbacks. Parra, good all-around player. Played for Arizona, Milwaukee, Baltimore, Colorado. Very good outfielder. Owns a Gold Glove. And McCarthy's first pitch inside under the elbows. 1 ball and no strikes. Gerardo Enrique Parra from Venezuela. Santa Barbara del Zulia to be exact. 5'11", 200-pounder. Runs up the bunt and hits it foul off to the left. 1-1 the count to Parra. He was originally signed by the Diamondbacks in 2004. Came up to the big leagues finally in 2009. Played a little while in California at Visalia. 1-1 pitch swung on, lifted, foul off third, out of play. 1-2. Parra always has a lot of assists, if memory serves me right. I think he has 81. So the league cannot run on him. He's got a fine arm. Now today playing first base for about the 13th time. 1-2 pitch swung on, pulled foul outside of first and down the line. Arizona, they will get a Gold Glove when A.J. Pollock is healthy and playing a full year for sure. There have only been 3 gloves given out to the Diamondbacks. 1 to Orlando Hudson, then Steve Finley and Gerardo Parra. The 1-2 pitch swung on, foul tipped and held. 4 strikeouts for McCarthy in 2 innings. The Dodgers heaving a huge sigh of relief. McCarthy is back, and at the end of an inning and a half, no score.
In banking and baseball, you have to stay alert. With my Bank of America mobile banking app, I can select alerts that notify me when unusual activity is detected on my credit and debit cards. I used to play when I was younger. I love the outfield. All that green grass. Until the championship and the inside the park home run. Sure could have used an alert then. I had missed lunch that day.
He is the most interesting man in the world.
¿Crees que habrá alguien tan interesante como él?
No es fácil saberlo.
Is your lunch break a race against the clock? You run here, you run there, until everything comes to a screeching halt. Tick, tick, tick. Now is the time for a 5-hour energy protein shot. 21 grams of protein, the energy you need for the rest of your day, and 100 little calories. It's not lunch. It's energy and protein, and a lot faster than fast food. 5-hour energy protein shots. Energy, protein, 100 calories.
With dynamic performance to help you hold the curve and bold styling to stay ahead of the curve. The Lexus RX, RX Hybrid, and RX F-Sport. This is the RX Elevated. This is the pursuit of perfection.
Bottom of the second inning, no score in the ball game. Adrian Gonzalez ready to check in. You want to talk about next year? Well, you can join the 2017 Dodger family by signing up now for season seats or mini plans. That's a wait list you ought to get on. Registered fans will be contacted by a Dodger season ticket rep on a first-come, first-served basis. So visit Dodgers.com/season tickets or call 866-DODGERS today. Adrian leads off, takes a strike, and the count 0-1. Anderson, both feet on the rubber. The big left-handed turns. There's that kick, and then to the plate. Breaking ball fouled away. So Adrian, a little bit of a hole. No balls, 2 strikes. So Gonzalez having his usual solid year, and the strike 2 pitch, fastball, half swing, foul back. Still 0-2. For the Dodgers, they're looking at a big left-hander, and you know that left-handers have given them a bad time, but not as bad as you might have been led to believe. I mean, they're okay at home against left-handers. They're 15-10. The next pitch a little high. The trouble is left-handers on the road. The Dodgers, facing left-handers on the road, have 5 wins and 11 losses. But at home, okay, 15-10. 1-2 pitch on the hands, foul back. So Adrian hanging tough, fouling him off. For Tyler Anderson, facing the veteran, the young pitcher has been the opposite of a typical Rockies pitcher. He's 5-2 in Coors Field and 0-4 on the road. The next pitch down and away, and the count 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Anderson checking carefully with his catcher, Dustin Garneau. LeMahieu about 20 feet out into right field. Adrian takes way off the plate, and the count runs 3-2. They tell me that Tyler Anderson studies the mental side of the game, and those people say the mental side between the ears is awfully important. Fastball fouled away. If you ask Tyler about that, he took a book from his bag, and the book titled The Mental ABCs of Pitching. There's another book, a handbook for performance enhancement. Here's the left-hander's 3-2 to Adrian. Swung on, line to left field, sinking for a base hit. So Gonzalez goes the other way with a single left, leading off the inning, and Carlos Ruiz will be coming up. Ruiz checking with the third base coach, Chris Woodard. Coach Chris Woodard is flashing a sign over to first base, and that goes to the first base coach, George Lombard. So here's Chooch, veteran for so many years with the Phillies, finishing up with the Dodgers. Bottom of the second, no score. Here comes Tyler's pitch. Left-hander's fastball in for a strike, and the count 0-1. The Ruiz, who has had such a great career and brought over when the Dodgers sent A.J. Ellis to Philadelphia. Strike 1 pitch on the way. That's a fastball low and inside. 1-1. Thinking about A.J., he sent a tweet. I'm learning to say that now. A tweet to the Dodger organization about Friday night saying how much he missed the opportunity to being here. Here's the 1-1 pitch on the way. Fastball line just fair down the left field line into the corner. Here comes Gonzalez. They will stop him at third with nobody out, and the Dodgers are in business. Second and third, nobody out. Second inning, no score. So Carlos Ruiz, a line drive double, and that'll bring up Kike Hernandez, getting a chance to play against a left-hander. So I really appreciate it. I don't know who planned it or who started it. At first I thought that Kendrick was waving to his family, and then I saw Turner waving, and then fellas in the booth saying, no, they're waving to you. Puig took off his hat. Adrian did. And now here's Kike. Second and third, nobody out, and the fastball foul back. A jammer at 94. And of course, when you're playing, let's say every couple of days against a left-hander, you can just imagine how tough it is. You walk up to the plate, and the first pitch is 94. First base open, Charlie Culberson on deck. Tyler straightens up at 6'4". Set at the belt. Here he comes, and it's swung on, fouled away off to the right, and the count 0-2. No score. Dodgers have 3 hits. Seager singled with 2 out in the first. Now they're really in business. Single by Gonzalez and a double by Ruiz. Here comes Anderson, and his pitch is foul back. He's got nothing but heat. Another 93. First pitch was 94. So Kike hanging in there, 0-2 the count. He's a young player with a lot of talent, biding his time like so many have to do, hoping eventually to catch a break. Kike waiting. Left-hander Anderson set. Left-hander deals. Ground ball to third. The runners hold. Arenado fires to first. So Hernandez grounding to third. Dodgers at second and third. And Charlie Culberson coming up. Charlie looking to Chris Woodward before he comes up. No score. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Culberson has been up and down, but he's really been a help. Kind of a silent help, hitting .269, but very quietly hitting .306 against left-hand pitching. Charlie, right-hand batter, waiting. The infield is halfway, not all the way up. And the first pitch is taken for a strike. 0-1. Dodgers facing young Tyler Anderson. Anderson, the Texas League Pitcher of the Year 2 years ago. Strike one pitch, little slider or cutter in there for a strike. Had a little late movement on it. 0-2. So the Dodgers second and third, first base open, one out, bottom of the lineup trying to scratch away for a hit. Strike two pitch on the way. Charlie swings and he misses, and down he goes. So a promising inning is suddenly getting weaker by the moment. Gonzalez singled, Ruiz doubled into third, but Hernandez tapped to third. Culberson strikes out, and here's Brandon McCarthy. McCarthy is 0 for 12. He has struck out 6 of the 12. The infield goes back to a normal depth. Mack, a right-hand batter. Anderson, a left-hand pitcher, and fastball in for a strike. McCarthy is 6'7", so he brings up a very big strike zone for the left-hander to shoot at. The weather is good. He lives over in Phoenix during the offseason, so it doesn't bother him. Strike one pitch on the way. Fastball, and that's a little low. McCarthy at 6'7", 205 pounds. He turned 33 in July. Just trying to make contact, just trying to get somebody home. No score, bottom of the second. Tyler looks in. Long look to Dustin Garneau, his catcher. And the 1-1 pitch to Brandon McCarthy. Left-hander ready and deals, and it straightens him up, and it's inside for ball 2. 2-1 the count. Nothing like straightening up a 6'7" hitter. 2 down, second inning, no score. And now time. Anderson wants to talk to Garneau, which gives us an opportunity to salute our favorite people, Mr. and Mrs. James Mims. James is the supervisor. He's the man who lets you into the press box if you have the credentials. Celebrating, if I remember correctly, his 58th wedding anniversary. So congratulations and much love to Mr. and Mrs. Mims. 2-1 pitch on the way is high. Ball 3, and of course the crowd saying, oh, please, make a mistake. Let McCarthy get on and allow Howie Kendrick. So young Anderson steps just about in the middle of the rubber. Meanwhile, Walt Weiss dying a little bit in the dugout. And the 3-1 pitch to McCarthy is a fast one, swung on and missed. That was 93. McCarthy's been playing professionally since 2002 and came up to the White Sox in 2005. All right, 3-2. Huge pitch for Anderson. Left-handed deals. It's golfed at. Little ground ball to third. Arenado gloves, throws, and gets him. And the Dodgers waste what appeared to be a huge opportunity. No runs. Runners left at second, third. And at the end of 2, no score.
This is my retirement. Retiring retired tires, and I never get tired of it. Are you entirely prepared to retire? Plan your never-tiring, retired tires retirement with E-Trade.
I'm Invests, and as a vested investor invests, I invest with E-Trade, where investors can investigate and invest. Invests. Or not invests.
Sign up at eTrade.com and get up to $600.
The Bud Light party wasn't invited to the debates.
But we don't eat them. We have debates of our own every night.
A hot dog is a sandwich. Over Bud Lights, of course.
It's pronounced GIF.
You cannot outrun a zebra. Here's to good-natured civil debates.
Also, it's GIF.
Get your choppers.
Sir, target now in sight.
Target now out of sight. Call the doctor. Looks like you have missile poisoning. Mobile strike. Download and play now. Free from the App Store.
I joined because one of my mum's best friends met her husband on Match.
My girlfriend met her new fiance.
The world has changed. 1 in 5 relationships now begin on an online dating site.
3 or 4 of my friends got married to people that they met on Match. Are you ready? Here it comes.
My cousin met his wife on Match. My brother met his girl. I guess you could say Match runs in the family.
Match.com. More dates, more relationships, and more marriages than any other site.
I'm on Match for a reason. It just works.
Start for free today.
As we go to the top of the 3rd inning, pretty good idea to check Dodger pitchers this month. And we decided right now is the time. First of all, 15-7, that ranks first. ERA is first, 2.4. And strikeouts in innings pitched, that's first, over 10. And the opposition batting average hitting .203, that would be second. So the Dodgers have had a solid month. The bullpen has helped every single game. And Brandon McCarthy has helped by going 2 innings and striking out 4. No runs, 3 hits for the Dodgers. They could kick themselves, I'm sure, having 2nd and 3rd and nobody out in the 2nd inning, but that's the way it goes. So McCarthy with 4 strikeouts. Justin Turner comes in to say something to him. Christian Adames, the shortstop. Anderson made 25 pitches and got away with it in the 2nd inning. McCarthy has made 25 in his 2 innings. So Brandon ready. Big guy comes with a pitch that's probably lined to left field in front of Howie Kendrick. So a leadoff single by Christian Adames, and that will bring up the catcher, Justin Garneau. Hit number 1 against McCarthy. Garneau appeared briefly last night as a pinch hitter. So we've seen the catchers, Nick Hundley, Tom Murphy, Garneau, and here's Dustin who went to school at Cal State, hitting .234 with a home run. First pitch from McCarthy in for a strike, and the count 0-1. Rockies, of course, not going anywhere right now, just trying to fill out the schedule, but they are trying exceptionally hard. They accept the challenge, the professional challenge, and also there's some young players looking for jobs. The pitch is a line drive by a diving Turner down the line. Going over to get the ball is Kendrick. They're going to wave in Adames. The relay to Seager is not in time. So the double by Garneau cashes in Adames, and it's the Rockies who get out in front 1-0. So many times we've seen that where one club has a golden opportunity, they blow it, and the other club comes right back. So a single and a double, it's 1-0 Colorado. Tyler Anderson is coming up, and because of the throw to the plate, Adames is at second base. So a hard single and a very hard double. Anderson with the leadoff man, Charlie Blackmon, the man behind the beard, tuning up on deck. And Carlos Ruiz going out to talk to McCarthy. So McCarthy, who breezed through the first 2 innings, striking out 4, just throwing strike after strike, now gives up a run. Tyler Anderson, you probably figured he'll bunt, but we'll see. That's a good thing. The one good thing, I guess, about being in third place, you can do anything you want. He's going to be swinging and fouls it away, and the count 0-1. For Tyler, when he had his major league debut this year in June, it was the first time that an Oregon Duck has been in the major leagues since the draft was reinstated back in 2009. Strike 1 pitch ready to come up. A bunt out in front of the plate. Ruiz looks at third, throws to first. So what you figured did happen. Anderson gets Garneau over to third. And of course, there's another thought. The Dodgers struggling there. Second and third, nobody out, couldn't score. Last night they scored 14 runs. That's always a bit of irony, how a club can have such a huge night the game before and then struggle the next day. Charlie Blackmon struck out in the first inning. Charlie, a solid all-around ball player, and it's fun to see him patrol center field in Colorado. It is a spacious outfield, as you can well imagine. Infield is up and the pitch is high to Charlie. 1 ball and no strikes. Blackmon, 28 home runs, 77 runs batted in. He is indeed a threat. 1-0 pitch on the way. Infield up on the left, halfway on the right, and the pitch fouled away. When you get a power hitter like a Blackmon, you'd like to commit your infield, but at the same time, you don't want to commit the right side of the infield against a power hitting left-hand batter. So the left side, Culberson and Gonzalez are back about 5-6 feet, but the left side is up, Seager and Turner. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Charlie Blackmon. That's swung on, fly ball to left field. Now Kendrick does not have a good arm. He makes a diving catch. The runner tagging and scoring, and it's 2-0 in favor of Colorado. Kendrick can do everything, but he still has a second baseman's arm. Meanwhile, Charlie Blackmon, fly ball, great catch by Howie, and he gets a run batted in.
Number 9, DJ LeMahieu.
So they had second and third, nobody out. After the sacrifice, they get the fly ball for an additional run. Rockies lead 2-0. Howie gave it the best he had, but it wasn't in time. They're in the bottom of the first inning. They're just starting in San Diego. No score. Here's LeMahieu, who grounded to third in the first inning. Wonderful second baseman takes a strike, and the count 0-1. So the Rockies lead 2-0 in the third, and the Giants in San Diego kind of pumped up. Remember, the Giants aren't really thinking about the division. I mean, after all, there's 7 back. But they are certainly vitally involved in the wild card, and we'll see how they come out. It's kind of a thing that kind of overlooked, but shouldn't be. So the Mets, the Cardinals, and the Giants. 3 teams for 2 cards. Pitch of the plate way inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Here's the wild card as you look at it. The Giants half a game behind the Mets. Actually exact record, so they're even. And then the Cardinals behind them. So it could very well be the Mets and the Giants for the wild card. But the Giants have to hang tough with the Cardinals right behind them. 2-2 the count, and the Cardinals may not be interested in the Dodgers, but there's a base hit to right field. So it could be he's just coming back. He hasn't pitched in over a month. McCarthy retired 6 in a row, struck out 4, made 25 pitches, but now all of a sudden 2 singles, a double. He's down 2-0, and here comes Gonzalez after a base hit by LeMahieu. Well, it wouldn't be the first time the Dodgers starter did not go 5, and the bullpen rode to the rescue. 2-0 Rockies, 3rd inning. 2 out. Gonzalez struck out in the 1st inning. McCarthy, a high set, throws to first. LeMahieu diving back to the bag. LeMahieu is a pretty good base stealer. He's stolen 11 out of 18. However, with a left-hand hitter like Gonzalez, Walt Weissman, he probably wants to keep Gonzalez on the bag at first. Cargo takes outside, ball 1, 1-0 the count. 2-0 Colorado, 3rd inning. McCarthy and Anderson. Brandon has now made 39 pitches, or 14 in the inning. Here's his 1-0 pitch on the way, and that's very high, ball 2. As we said, as long as McCarthy throws strikes, the Dodgers feel pretty comfortable. 2-0 the count to Gonzalez, with the powerhouse Nolan Arenado on deck. Rockies have hit 201 home runs. 2-0 pitch on the way, and that's high, ball 3. So the Dodgers were very content watching McCarthy, first 6 hitters. Now he's starting to miss the zone. 3-0 to Carlos Gonzalez, and Nolan Arenado waiting on deck. Here comes McCarthy and gets it in for a strike. 3-1. Cargo looking for that fastball. Hitters always look fastball because they feel they can adjust to the breaking ball. And with a pitcher behind in the count, we'll see what Cargo gets. And it's lifted foul off third out of play. A 94-mile-an-hour fastball. So now for a good hitter like Gonzalez, he's in the driver's seat in the sense he's thinking, okay, he's fighting his control. A 3-1 fastball I expected, and I was late, but now I'll be looking for another one. We'll also watch with 2 out, the runner at first, LeMahieu, and Gonzalez is behind him. 3-2 pitch. There goes LeMahieu, and the pitch is swung on and missed. It was a 94-mile-an-hour fastball, slightly up. 5 strikeouts for McCarthy. However, he gives up 2. And at the end of 2.5 innings, 2-0 Colorado.
With this Amazon Web Services studio update, I'm Robert Flores. Indians entering their final home game of the season with champagne on ice. But David Robertson strikes out Carlos Santana, 2 outs in the 9th. Tribe loses 3-0. They can't clinch the AL Central today. Stay tuned after the game for MLB Tonight. This has been an Amazon Web Services studio update.
I'm free like a bird. We all want to be as free as the birds. I know one name. But maybe the birds want to be as free as us. Introducing the newest member of the family, the Fiat 124 Spider. 'Cause I'm free like a bird. More fun than flying.
I live in a nameless town, blackout. Midnight, where we used to dance, underneath the ugly halogen lamps. All went away so fast, blackout.
This is what I feel like when I wear regular shoes, cramped and uncomfortable.
Mr. Long, you've been upgraded.
Which is why I wear Skechers wide fit shoes. It's like first class for your feet. Try Skechers wide fit with air-cooled memory foam.
The parents adjusting the baby to the camera, the win for Vin. And I guarantee when they were twisting and turning for the camera shot, that little girl was saying, "I'll never wear this T-shirt again." And the next pitch is lined to left field by Kendrick. And the Dodgers start off. That was nice. They put a partial picture of our family up on the board. We have 16 grandchildren, so I don't think the board is big enough, but at least part of them are up there. So Kendrick with a base hit, Justin Turner coming up. Turner followed by Seager. The Dodgers now have 4 hits, but nothing to show for it, and the Rockies lead 2-0. Dodgers trying to get to Tyler Anderson. They thought they had him, but let him get away in the second inning. Pitch to Turner is taken off the plate. Ball 1, 1-0. Well, it's kind of a rare and special day. That's just part of the family. We have 16 grandchildren, 3 great grandchildren. God has been so good. Here's the 1-0 pitch on the way in for a strike. Now, this is a very rare game. First time ever that I know of. Each Dodger hitter came up and waved up here, I know, saying best wishes. And I deeply appreciate that. Now the 1-1 pitch on the way is instead throw to first. Kendrick back on his hands and knees. 2-0 in favor of Colorado. Third inning. Dodgers trying to win their 90th. And trying to clinch the division. The 1-1 pitch is instead a throw to first. The magic number is 1, remember, in case you're not familiar with baseball. 1. Either the Dodgers win or the Giants lose. Padres didn't score, so they go to the top of the second inning. Giants, Padres scoreless. Line drive down the left field line. Fair ball. Rattling around in the wall. The Dodgers in a moment will have runners at second and third again with nobody out. So Justin Turner, a double to send Kendrick to third. And now the Dodgers this time will have Seager, Puig, and Gonzalez. When they had second and third in the second inning, it was the bottom of the lineup. Hernandez, Culberson, and McCarthy. Second and third, nobody out. So Anderson testing the odds again. Corey Seager singled in the first inning. Rockies lead 2-0. Dodgers trying to get back and at least tie it up. Anderson ready. Seager slightly open stance, then strides in, swings, doesn't get it. Breaking ball down. 0-1. Anderson comes back 0-1. Little nubber to the left of the mound. Anderson picks it up, throws to first, and they get Seager. Runners, of course, had to hold. So now Yasiel Puig.
Number 66, Yasiel Puig.
We are all grieving over the loss of the young pitcher of the Miami Marlins, Jose Hernandez. A 3 a.m. wreck. Not of a car, but of a boat. And when I first heard 3 a.m., maybe you're thinking the same way. I thought, well, what in the world's going on at 3 o'clock in the morning? Well, it turns out he and his 2 closest buddies were going fishing. It took about at least another hour once they got in the water with the boat. Puig, big swing and a miss. So they were going fishing and crashed into that big rocky outlet like a little peninsula. There he is. A remarkably talented 24 years old. Here's the strike 1 pitch on the way. Anderson delivers fastball, high fly ball. That'll get 1 home. Also at second base, Turner tags, but he's going to hold. And coming in to score on the RBI by Puig. That makes it 2-1 Colorado, and Kendrick brings it back to the dugout. So Puig takes an opportunity to get the ribby, and now the batter is Adrian Gonzalez. So Puig getting fives in the dugout as he picks up the ribby. Yasiel's 44th RBI. Here's Gonzalez, runner at second, 2 out, 2-1 Rockies. Anderson a high set and delivers. That sprayed foul down the left field line out of play. Talking about the late Jose Fernandez, it's rather an ironic note. He sent a tweet, believe it or not, back in 2015, September the 1st. He probably, I'm only guessing, probably had read this somewhere. Throw back to second, close, but no cigar. Anyway, young Jose a year ago wrote the following: if you were given a book with the story of your life, would you read the end? He was 23 then, and already thinking some pretty deep thoughts. Gonzalez waiting. He doubled a left in the second inning, takes a pitch low. 1 ball and 1 strike. So the Rockies 2 runs, 3 hits. Dodgers 1 run, 5 hits. So spinning their wheels a little bit. Tyler, hence the arms dangle as he looks in to get a sign at 6-4. He straightens up. And the 1-1 pitch coming up. It's a hopper to third. Great backhand stab by that Gold Glove Arenado, who throws him out and saved the tying run. So Nolan Arenado beats you with the bat and the glove. The Dodgers get 1, and at the end of 3, 2-1 Colorado.
Stop. With that box, you'll be the first to win PlayStation VR. Player 1. Soon, it spreads like wildfire. Humanity becomes so plugged in, we never see them coming. That's why I was sent back to stop you.
Oh, hey, I won.
Right.
The future of gaming starts at Taco Bell. Grab any $5 box and you can be one of the first to win PlayStation VR.
How do you maximize your Sunday football experience? The DirecTV Red Zone channel.
We have a full day of football.
With non-stop live coverage of all the action and none of the commercials.
You want to get interactive?
Get every score and then some, all on one screen, every Sunday.
You ready for that?
Including games next to games next to games. Even stream it on your favorite devices, so you can watch your team on the big screen and everyone else on the other.
Touchdown!
The Red Zone channel. This fall when you upgrade to NFL Sunday Ticket Max, channel 703, only on DirecTV.
Get your choppers.
Sir, target now in sight.
Target now out of sight. Call the doctor. Looks like you have missile poisoning. Mobile strike. Download and play now. Free from the App Store.
Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you exclusively on Spectrum by the Dodge Challenger. Test drive one at your local Dodge dealer today. That picture taken in 1948, Walter Lanier Barber on the left, George Herman Babe Ruth on the right. Babe, you might remember, for 1 year was a coach with the Dodgers back in the 30s after he hung it up. And of course, Red Barber did a magnificent job in introducing the city to the Dodgers and those marvelous southern expressions. So here's Nolan Arenado, then Dahl and Parra, and the first pitch, ball 1. I remember Red saying to me, now I don't want you to listen to me, but I was listening. And all of a sudden my friend said, you know, you're dropping your G's. And I said, what do you mean? He said, you're starting to talk Southern. And that was the proximity with Red. 2 balls and no strikes, they count. Oh, bless your heart. Listen, you folks have given me a ton of memories. I will cherish every moment on the so-called job I've never worked in my life. Arenado fouls it back 2-1. Somewhere along the line, I think I told you the story. As a young kid in the Polo Grounds, I was there either for the Police Athletic League or Catholic Youth Organization. They let the kids in free. And there was a disturbance in the upper deck in right field. That's a strike. So like any other kid, I saw the kid running, so I ran. Got over, and there in the middle, and just the way you would picture him, polo coat, cap, there was Babe Ruth not signing autographs. 2-2 pitch, very high to Arenado, 3-2. What he was doing, he said, no signature, no pens, and he handed out business cards, and on the business card, there was his autograph. I got one. I lost it. 3-2 is way inside, so Arenado draws a walk. 2-1 in favor of the Rockies, who are tired of being knocked around here. Dodgers have beaten them 7 out of 9 at Dodger Stadium. So here's David Dahl, the youngster out there in the outfield, just beginning his career. Certainly a good beginning. Hitting .315, 6 home runs, 20 some odd RBIs. Out of a stretch is McCarthy. Off speed change on the corner for a strike. McCarthy has now made 51 pitches. Anderson has made 48. Oh, and 1. Breaking ball on the hands, and he really turned on it. A little fastball that had a little cut to it. Fouled it away upstairs. No balls and 2 strikes. Arenado at first. Arenado does a lot of things, but he doesn't steal bases. Dahl hits another foul the other way. 0-2 the count. Nolan Arenado has 2 stolen bases, but he's been caught 3 times. 2 runs, 3 hits for the Rockies, 1 run, 5 hits for the Dodgers. McCarthy hands it his sides, and now he's ready. And another foul ball by David Dahl. Wonderful writer named Raoul Dahl, but no relation. Breaking ball, but low. 1-2 the count. Dahl running the bases back in 2013 severely had a right hamstring pull and didn't play the rest of the year. I mean, it can be so bad. Dodgers had a wonderful outfielder. They had gotten in a deal with Chicago by the name of Andy Pafko. And Pafko had a pulled hamstring, and I didn't know anything about hamstrings. I knew it must hurt. And I went in the clubhouse, and Andy had a pair of shorts on. It's a hopper to second, a good feed by Culberson, and the turn to first took a little time. Oh, that was slow. That should have been a double play. I'm not sure exactly.
With this Amazon Web Services studio update, I'm Robert Flores. Edwin Encarnacion, walk-off hit. Toronto beats the New York Yankees 4-3. They're holding on to one of those 2 wild card spots in the American League. They will begin a huge series with the Orioles on Tuesday in Toronto. They win this afternoon 4-3. Back to Dodger Stadium.
You know, they don't play together. Timing is certainly involved. So now let's see just how important that missed double play will be. Throw to first. No play. Gerardo Parra struck out in the second inning. The little known thing that no one talks about is the Dodger defense. It has been marvelous. Dodger defense committing only 74 errors. I mean, that's outstanding. There are a lot of reasons why they are where they are. Good starting pitching, yeah. Great bullpen, yeah. Good offense, oh yeah, it makes the headline. But the glove is the big difference. There goes the runner, there goes the ball down the right field line, foul, and back into the lower deck. Yeah, you can hang around with a bunch of buddies talking baseball, and you will talk about just about everything about your team, but you neglect to talk about the glove. And when it's all said and done, you win on pitching and defense. The home runs capture headlines and all that stuff. But you've got to be able to catch the ball. 0-1 the count. Dahl took off on that, staying this time, and Parra swings, doesn't get it. It's 2-1. Favor of the Rockies. We're in the fourth inning. Dodgers had second and third, nobody out in the second, and failed to score. They had second and third with nobody out in the third, and they were lucky to get one when Puig hit the sacrifice fly. Another throw, and Dahl back to the bag. Well, he's 22 years old, very talented, and in his first year, and he is 5 for 5 in stolen bases. So you get a young outfielder like Dahl, and then you get Trevor Story ready. Who you said? Trevor Story. Oh, what a ball player he is, out for the year. But while he played, 27 home runs, 72 runs batted in, and he'll be back big time next year. All right, strike two to Parra. They pitch out, and Dahl is not going. 1-2 the count. Rockies 2, Dodgers 1, top of the fourth. McCarthy, right foot on the rubber, 6'7", goes to a stretch. We'll watch Dahl. He's not going. Parra fouls it away. 1-2. Dodgers have beaten the Rockies 11 of 18, but 7 of 9 here at home. So Parra and the Rockies have a purpose, trying to salvage at least 3 here. Another throw, very close, got him in fact. So David Dahl kept inching, and the rookie is picked off. Big quick move by Brandon McCarthy. So a leadoff walk. Dodgers do not get the double play, and up here it looked like they should have, but they get rid of Dahl on a fine pickoff and a quick tag on the hand by Adrian Gonzalez. So 2 out and a 1-2 count to Gerardo Parra. 2-1 Rockies, top of the fourth inning, 2 out. And there's a line drive to center right into Hernandez's glove, and the inning is over. And at the end of 3.5 innings, Rockies 2, Dodgers 1.
This week only, don't order Domino's over the phone. Order online.
This week only, order any pizza online at menu price and get the second one free when you carry out.
He is the most interesting man in the world.
¿Crees que habrá alguien tan interesante como él?
No es fácil saberlo.
This blast flavor funnel, it's like a dessert inside a dessert.
How do they make these? Wait, don't tell me. Unless it's elves. Is it magical elves?
Yeah, they're all around us.
Can I meet them?
The magic's on the inside. New Sonic Blast flavor funnels with flavor in the middle. This is how you Sonic.
Some things are simply impossible to ignore.
the strikingly designed Lexus NX Turbo and Hybrid, the SUV that dares to go beyond utility. This is the pursuit of perfection.
I'm a big fan of my Bank of America mobile banking app. I can manage my accounts, deposit checks, get alerts, pay my bills, and more. I'm a big fan of this team, too. In fact, I tried out to be the mascot. Apparently, I'm overqualified. I do not have an overbite.
We have a Padre update right now. Bottom of the second inning, Manuel Margot got a base hit into left center that scored Austin Hedges, the RBI single, putting San Diego out in front of the Giants 1-0 in the bottom of the second inning. Meanwhile, we go to the bottom of the fourth. Dave Roberts trying to scratch and at least tie it up right now. And by the way, that brings up a point. As Mike Ripperger goes back to retrieve a ball, so we have a moment. You know, you say very easily, boy, the Dodgers would like to win today and clinch it. Let me tell you, sure they would, but they wouldn't care at all if they lost and the Giants lost. All they want to do is win it, get that over with, and prepare for the job ahead. But they have to do just that. Carlos Ruiz whistled a double in the second inning, sending Gonzalez to third with nobody out, and the Dodgers came up empty. He takes what appeared to be a changeup, and they count 2 balls and no strikes. Ruiz, Hernandez, and Culberson. Fastball down and away, 3-0 the count. Three balls, no strike. Anderson ready. That's in there, 3-1. And a high fly ball going back for it is Blackman. Very playable. Ruiz, 1 out. And
with this Amazon Web Services studio update, I'm Robert Flores. Zach Britton gets Kyle Jensen to fly out. It's his 46th save. And the Orioles beat the Diamondbacks 2-1. They're off tomorrow. And then they begin a series in Toronto against the Blue Jays, who also won today. Back to Dodger Stadium.
By the death of Jose Fernandez. At one time they roomed together a little bit. He cues one off the end of the bat for a foul, and they count 0-1. However, as Kike said, when he was there, Jose was coming off the Tommy John injury. So you didn't see that much of him. But every day, how is Jose? What's the story? Pitch in the dirt to the backstop, 1 ball, 1 strike. Interesting, too, that they had postponed Fernandez's start. He was supposed to pitch today, but they said no, pitch Monday against the Mets. And he used Sunday to go fishing. Life is incredible. High fly ball. Going out is LeMahieu. He'll get some help if Blackman. And just like that, 2 down. See, a reminder, limited tickets to the Dodgers' potential home games for the Division Series and the Championship Series are on sale right now. That's right. So visit Dodgers.com/postseason and order yours today. 2 down in the fourth. 2-1 in favor of Colorado, and the batter Charlie Culberson, who struck out in the second inning and flares one to right down the line for a base hit. Cargo over to pick it up, and Culberson holds with a 2-out single to bring up McCarthy. Well, you say it's nothing much, 2-out single, 4th inning. But what he did, at least extend the inning, figuring McCarthy will make out, but then you start the next inning, the 5th, with the leadoff man, Howie Kendrick. So McCarthy grounded out 0 for 1 and takes ball 1. Has a nice sound to it, but watching him, it looks like Mac is back. And that's low. 2-0. Two runs, 3 hits for the Rockies. 1 run, 6 hits for the Dodgers. The 2-0 pitch is instead throw to first. One thing for Anderson, despite giving up base hits, he has not walked anybody. He's behind the McCarthy 2-0. Fastball down the pipe. Nice strike zone, 6'7". Two and one. Very high. It has to be high to McCarthy. 3-1 the count. Padres lead the Giants 1-0. Rockies lead the Dodgers 2-1. Fastball makes it 3-2. Josh Raven gets up in the Dodger bullpen. So we saw Urias throw in the second inning, and we thought, oh, maybe they're going to take McCarthy out, but that was not the plan. But now you figure that they're going to take McCarthy out maybe after this inning. 3-2, runner goes, and it's ball 4. So Walt White's probably saying to himself, wouldn't you know, my man gets to the 4th inning with 2 out and walks the pitcher. And here's Howie Kendrick. Well, the Dodgers had 2nd and 3rd twice with nobody out, and they managed to get 1. Now they have 1st and 2nd, 2 out, and here's Kendrick. Culberson, who runs well at second base. McCarthy at first, and Howie trying to pick somebody up. Get the game even. On the hand, squirted to first base, and easy play for Gerardo Parra, and the Dodgers go very quietly and leave 2 more. And at the end of 4, it's still 2-1 Rockies.
My girl Cindy took advantage of Lowe's worry-free 30-day satisfaction guarantee on appliances. So it looks like it's out with the old and in with the new, huh, Cindy? Ain't no thing. I don't need no fancy ice dispenser. Whoa, 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 whoa. Where are we going? Where are they taking me? Yeah, upgrade, baby. That's what I'm talking about, Cindy. Mm-hmm. This stainless steel feel good on me.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
The torch has been passed to a new generation of Americans.
The American dream need not forever be deferred.
It's the richest, the most powerful country.
This is why I love it here. That fresh air all up in your face. My cousin Wilbur in the city has to wear a leash just to go for a stroll. I'm sorry, no. But with propane, you can live where you want and how you want. And since it's both clean and reliable, you could say propane is man's best fuel. She knows what I'm talking about. Proudly independent, proudly American, proudly propane.
Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Southern California Toyota dealers. Toyota's clearance countdown is on. get the biggest savings of the year on the 2016 Prius family. And by Children's Hospital Los Angeles. We treat kids better. It was just a few days before opening day and the first game ever played here at Dodger Stadium, and Walter O'Malley was concerned. You know what he was concerned about? The fact, well, I say the word with great reverence, there was a lot of rain back in 1962, and the infield and the outfield did not look very good. And one of his dear friends in those early days was Mervyn LeRoy, a famous director and producer, and the two of them got talking, and Mr. O'Malley talked about, gee, the field doesn't look good. And Mervyn LeRoy said, Walter, why don't you do what we do? And Mr. O'Malley said, what's that? He said, we dye it. He said, what do you mean you dye it? Oh, he said, we'll go to the valley and it'll be all brown out there in the middle of summer, and we use vegetable dye and it looks a luscious green. So that's what they did. They dyed this whole ballpark for opening day. And if you see opening day pictures, you'll think, wow, that grass does look dark green. Well, it's all vegetable dye. Meanwhile, Christian Adames, a bunt that goes foul, 0-1. I'll tell you, since it's that kind of a day for me, Walter O'Malley took the presidency of the Dodgers in the winter 1950-1951. And to be honest, 1950 was my first year, and I didn't know whether I passed muster, whether I'd still have a job, when Mr. O'Malley family took over the club. And I sat in New Jersey with my mom and dad. That's another foul ball. And the phone rang. And it wasn't the head of public relations. It wasn't a publicity man. It wasn't the vice president of whatever. It was the man himself, Walter O'Malley, calling this red-headed kid who had only been with the club 1 year. Here's the strike two pitch, swung on, popped in the air, shallow left. Kendrick moving in and makes the catch. And anyway, he called to tell me that I had a job for the next year. I was absolutely flabbergasted. Can you imagine a man who is taking over the head of a huge organization, and he's going to call the third string announcer himself, not somebody else? Well, my relationship, respect, and love for him grew and grew after that. He was really, if not my second father, he was certainly an uncle. I really missed him. So Garneau up there, one away, followed by Anderson, the pitcher. 2-1 in favor of Colorado. Fastball, and that's a towering pop fly. Who's going to get it? Three Dodgers look, and it's Culberson who makes the catch. Boy, how they can stay with a ball with this sky. I mean, it is a beautiful blue sky, but there's not a cloud, there's nothing up there. So all these guys, of course, have played in all kinds of weather. So they use the bill of the cap, they use the sunglasses, they use the glove, and somehow they make the catch. You and I, we wouldn't be 5 feet to get under that ball. And here's Tyler Anderson. One ball and no strikes. And a comebacker. McCarthy has it. Anderson's not going to run, and that'll be that. So the Rockies go down in order, and at the end of 4.5, it's still 2-1 Colorado.
Hey, we need to ship this cork to Downtown Architects in Baltimore.
Right on.
To our newest associate, Karen.
And her very bright future.
When the unexpected strikes,
Will you be ready? Join the over 1 million small businesses who trust the Hartford to help them stay in business.
Stop! With that box, you'll be the first to win PlayStation VR. Player One. Soon, it spreads like wildfire. Humanity becomes so plugged in, we never see them coming. That's why I was set back to stop you.
Oh, hey, I won.
Right.
The future of gaming starts at Taco Bell. Grab any $5 box and you could be one of the first to win PlayStation VR.
I believe in me too.
Bottom of the fifth inning, 2-1 Colorado. A lot going on down south in San Diego. First of all, Kelby Tomlinson came up and hit a shot off the pitcher's glove, deflected to second, he out at first. While that took place, a run scored to tie up the game 1-1. And then Buster Posey came up and promptly banged one into right center. 2 runs scored, and the Giants now lead the Padres 3-1, top of the third inning. So for the Dodgers, maybe a wake-up call. We'll see. It's 2-1 Rockies with Turner, Seager, and Puig coming up. A left-hander shutting the Dodgers down is not that much news, but doing it here, it is. Ball 1. Turner flied to center and double the left. That set up the only run. It scored Kendrick, who followed with the fly ball by Puig to come home. In the dirt. 2-0 the count. So Tyler Anderson giving up hits, walked 1, the pitcher, which had to aggravate Walt Weiss a little bit. But otherwise, he's allowed just 1 run and 6 hits. Here's the 2-0 pitch on the way to Justin Turner off the plate. Ball 3. Corey Seager waiting on deck. Tyler Anderson, the big boy out of Las Vegas, went to school at Oregon. They really think a lot of him, first-round pick. And he misses again. So ball 4 to Turner to open it up, and that means after not walking anybody, he walked the pitcher, and now he's walked another. Corey, 25 home runs, 70 RBIs, had that base hit in the first inning and dribbled the ball back to the box last time up. And a high but very playable fly ball. Carlos Gonzalez right there makes the catch and then throws to first, and Turner back to the bag.
Right fielder, Yasiel Puig.
So 1 away as Seager flies out. Yasiel Puig hit into a force play in the first inning. Came up with 1 out, runners at second and third. Hit a fly ball to deep center field. Caught by Blackman. The run scored, and that's the only Dodger run. Dodgers have gotten at least 1 man on base in every inning, and they've produced 1 so far. Giants are winning 3-1 in San Diego. And ball 1. Yasiel was talking about Jose and said Jose was with his two closest pals. Wherever you saw Jose, the two others were always with him. They were with him on the boat. 1-1 the count. Puig fooled. Good sinker. Yasiel's mom is here taking in the series. Pleasure of meeting her yesterday. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fastball grounded into right field. Turner goes to second and stays. So it wasn't pretty, but Yasiel will take it. Little dribbler that found its way into right field. And that'll make up for the line drive that he's hit that was caught by somebody. This thing had about 50 bounces to it as it finally got out. A smothering stop by LeMahieu trying to get a play at second. But Yasiel holding at first. First and second for Adrian Gonzalez. So again, the Dodgers have a tying run in scoring position. And they've had at least one man get on base in every inning. But it's still 2-1 Colorado. And first pitch low. Down south, they're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Giants 3, Padres 1. Buster Posey knocked in 2 to break the tie. 1-0. Off speed, little ground ball to first, fair ball and an out. And the runners move up to second and third for Carlos Ruiz. So Gonzalez very disappointed. He thought the ball was foul, but he'll have to go back empty-handed to the dugout. Here's how close it was. Big chopper right over the bag, though he's out. So Turner is at third. Puig is at second. One thing we always do, and we'll check with Anderson, he has 4 wild pitches. And first pitch, ball 1. I think he's had first pitch for a ball ever since he started with Turner. But he's getting by. Second and third, 2 out. 5th inning, 2-1 Rockies. Little roller up along third, foul. So we'll have to do that again. Waiting on deck, Kike Hernandez. 2 runs, 3 hits for the Rockies. For the Dodgers, 1 run, 7 hits. All right, Ruiz doubled in the 2nd inning, but that didn't get the Dodgers anything. Now second and third, first base open, and the 1-1 pitch. Good breaking ball in for a strike. 1-2. Throw that hard slider all day. Tyler checking. High fastball. So the deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 on, and the Dodgers looking for 2 to get in front. They'll settle for 1 to make it a 2-2 tie. Fastball lifted and very playable. LeMahieu is out there fighting the sun, makes the catch. Dodgers leave 2 more in scoring position. It's 2-1 Rockies.
It's not just a car, it's your daily retreat. Go ahead, spoil yourself. The ES and ES Hybrid. This is the pursuit of perfection.
It's time for the Can-Am Yellow Tag Sales Event. Get a cash rebate of up to $2,000 on selected models, or get the Outlander L starting at $55.99. Don't miss out. Visit your local dealer before October 31st. Can-Am, the ride says it all.
I am Benedict Arnold, the infamous traitor, and I know a thing or two about trading. So I trade with E-Trade, where true traders trade on a trademark trade platform that has all
the computer, traitor!
I won't.
Mobility is very important to me. That's why I use E-Trade Mobile. It's on all my mobile devices, so it suits my mobile lifestyle. And it keeps my investments fully mobile, even when I'm on the move.
Sign up at etrade.com and get up to $600.
He is the most interesting man in the world.
¿Crees que habrá alguien tan interesante como él?
No es fácil saberlo.
When Wendy's remodeled their grilled chicken sandwich, marinating the chicken led to overhauling the bun with 7 grains, and so on and so on. Because Wendy's wouldn't stop improving until the new grilled chicken sandwich was deliciously different. And for a limited time, get the combo for just $5.
Back in 1965, this was a big day for Sandy Koufax. All he did was wind up striking out for the year 348 batters. That broke the record formerly held by Bob Feller. Sandy Koufax, as good a left-hander as ever played the game. Simple as that. Let's go back to this one. The one thing about Sandy, though, he did not have a long enough career. Oh, he was fine while he played, but probably the greatest left-hander in the National League with all of the games he pitched would be Warren Spahn. Meanwhile, pitch is high, ball 1 to Charlie Blackmon, who has struck out and lost a base hit on a diving catch by Kendrick, but it was good enough to bring in a run, which is now the difference in the game. 1-1. That was a big swing. There he is, one of the all-timers, and I mean Sandy Koufax. You know what? As great as he is, he was scared to death that he had to speak. Honest. So I was sitting right near the microphone, and before he actually got up to speak, I kept saying, "You're the best. You're the best." That's going to be fouled and out of play. 1-2. But, you know, Sandy doesn't make very many appearances, and I was deeply touched when I found out he wanted to speak. But boy, he was scared. 1-2 to Charlie Blackmon, DJ LeMahieu, and then Carlos Gonzalez. 2-1 Rockies, and we're now suddenly in the 6th inning. Off speed, 2-2. Dodgers will have Hernandez, Culbreth, and McCarthy spot. They have Luis Avalon throwing in the bullpen, so I figure this is McCarthy's last inning. They'll hit for him. Little ground foul. Down south in San Diego, Adam Rosales hits a home run down the right field line, and the Giant lead is now 3-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Blackmon strikes out a second time. Boy, he had some hard swing. He wasn't up there trying to just meet the ball. He wanted to hit that thing into Pasadena. Watch that swing. Oh, all the way around, and I think he was looking back at the catcher thinking he might have hit Ruiz. So 1 out. Here's LeMahieu, grounded to third, single to right. What a year, batting .350. He and Daniel Murphy are going right down to the wire for the batting championship. The Dodgers very frustrated with themselves. So far, the Dodgers are 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position. So they have themselves to at least second guess for a while. Strike one pitch. Fouled at the plate, 0-2. Carlos Gonzalez waiting on deck. So when the Dodgers come up in the bottom half of the 6th, they're due to send up Hernandez, Culberson, and then I'm sure hitting for McCarthy. Oh, 2. Ball 1. And little ball that's going to land into right center for a base hit, picked up by Hernandez. So LeMahieu flares one to right, and that'll bring up Carlos Gonzalez. And here comes Dave Roberts, because you have Gonzalez, Arenado, and then another left-hand hitter, Dahl, and Dave's not going to wait. He's had Avilan throwing in the pen, and so it looks like McCarthy is done for the day. But it was a very good day for him. And the Dodgers pat him on the back, congratulate him, and out he comes. He went 5 1/3, gave up just 2 runs and 4 hits. Oh, we'll be back.
This is my retirement. Retiring retired tires, and I never get tired of it. Are you entirely prepared to retire? Plan your never tiring, retired tires retirement with E-Trade.
I'm Invests, and as a vested investor invests, I invest with E-Trade, where investors can investigate and invest. Invests. Or not invests.
Sign up at etrade.com and get up to $600.
Introducing Skechers Go Walk 3. Take comfort and style to a whole new level.
Skechers Go Walk. Good choice.
With a Goga Mat insole that cushions every step.
Very good choice, buddy.
Skechers Go Walk 3. Innovation never felt so good.
All right, guys, listen up. We're getting killed out there. Prostate cancer is kicking our butts. Coach Ramil, the stats.
Pathetic. 1 in 7 men are going to get it.
And 1 in 5 African-American men. We got a problem. So what are we going to do about it? Get screened, coach. Get screened. Get screened. Get screened.
Learn more at prostatepeptalk.com.
This day in Dodger history, presented by Spectrum. On this date in 1974, Dr. Frank Jobe transplanted a tendon from Tommy John's right wrist to his left elbow in a first-of-its-kind operation that revolutionized the sport of baseball and became known as Tommy John surgery. Well, the Dodgers changing pitcher, Luis Avilan, comes in to pick up the burden with McCarthy leaving, having done a good job. 5 1/3, 2 runs, 4 hits. Any kind of Dodger hitting, and Mac would have had a lead, because the Dodgers 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position. And now they're trying to stop Carlos Gonzalez, with a runner at first, 1 out, and the Rockies leading 2-1. Avilan, out of his stretch, looks down to Carlos Ruiz. Gonzalez holding a corner on LeMahieu. First pitch, and it's 0-1. LeMahieu, a terrific hitter and a pretty good base stealer. He has stolen 11 out of 18. And of course, you have a left-hander just looking at him. So LeMahieu a cautious lead. Strike one pitch on the way is instead throw to first. Carlos Gonzalez runs pretty well. He has grounded into 10 double plays. Dodgers load up the right side. Seager is all alone, and it's Turner, the middleman, but not deep. He's just on the rim. And a bunt in the air, foul. Not a bad idea. There's nobody over in that area. When you load up the right side and you have a left-hand hitter and you move your shortstop, there is absolutely nobody between the hole at short and third base itself. So he tried but couldn't quite do it. Down south, they have moved to the top of the fourth inning. Giants 3, Dodgers 2. Dodgers trying to ignore the scoreboard and do it themselves, with the Rockies standing in the way. Stayed inside, 1-2. Avilan kind of turning that ball over a little bit. 1-2. After Gonzalez, the right-hand hitting Nolan Arenado. LeMahieu drawing a throw, but he had a very short lead. Cargo has power, but he has also struck out 125 times, striking out twice today. Just did get a little of that, so it's still 1-2. It's hot here at Dodger Stadium, but the people, I think, are so much into the game and the importance of the game that they're just flat out ignoring it. Do what I do if you're here, and if you possibly do it with my imagination, I think of a lovely breeze coming off the beautiful lake in center field. 1-2 in the dirt. 2-2. Yeah, I've talked about that lake in center field for, gosh, 50 years at least. And I'm sure some people, maybe even from out of town, when they come here, they're looking for the lake. Well, it's not there, but I can dream. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Cargo. LeMahieu at first. Rockies lead 2-1. 1 out, 6th inning. Giants lead 3-2 in the 4th. Stayed inside. He was hoping that would drift back and catch the corner. So a full count to Carlos Gonzalez. 25 home runs, 99 runs batted in. No one else throwing in the Dodger bullpen, though it's Avilan. 3-2. We'll watch LeMahieu. He is not going, and it's fouled at the plate again. We're talking about LeMahieu battling Daniel Murphy. As of right now, LeMahieu hitting .351. Murphy is batting .347. So 2 second basemen battling it out. The American League leader, Jose Altuve, is also a second baseman, and he's hitting .338. All right, 3-2 the count to Carlos Gonzalez. LeMahieu not going. A high chopper charging the ball is Culberson. The only play is to first. Holding on at second is the big man LeMahieu. The Carlos grounds out on a 3-2 pitch with kind of a high chopper, so there's no chance to get LeMahieu, who was not going on the pitch, by the way. So now let's see. You have first base open. Are they going to pitch around Arenado? You have the rookie, a left-hand hitter, David Dahl, on deck. So the plot thickens. Still 2-1. Rockies got 2 in the 3rd. Adames single. Garneau doubled. And they got the 2 home. Yep, they're going to walk Arenado. The Dodgers had 2nd and 3rd in the 2nd inning. Nobody out, failed to score. 2nd and 3rd in the 3rd inning. Nobody out, got 1. Left 2 in the 4th, and left a runner at 2nd and 3rd in the 5th. So for Dave Roberts, his ball club 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position. So Arenado, as figured, will certainly get the walk. Arenado has been intentionally walked 10 times. So 2 on, 2 out. And here's David Dahl. I'm not sure how much the Dodgers know. Well, thanks so much. Bless you. I hope you can wash that off. You don't waste the T-shirts. Anyway, thank you. Okay. Dahl has struck out and hit into a force play. That was the ball I thought was a perfect double play. It seemed like one hopper to Culberson, but it took forever, and it was only a force. 2 on, 2 out, 2-1, Rockies, 6th inning. And a strike on 1. So Brandon McCarthy did very well. 5 1/3 innings, 2 runs, 4 hits. And he was back on the beam, only walked 1. Bottom of the 4th inning in San Diego now, 3-2 Giants. 0-2. When the Dodgers come up in the bottom of the 6th, it had been set where you would expect them to hit for McCarthy, but he couldn't get there offensively, so it'll be Avilan's spot. Dahl, very tough hitter. 317 against left-handers, 316 with runners in scoring position, and high 1-2. So that's what they need in Colorado, another powerful young outfielder. And if they get Story back, and they will next year, Walt Weiss will be feeling a lot better about things. Walt Weiss was the shortstop the night that Kirk Gibson hit that big home run in the '88 World Series. 1-2. Check swing down and away out of the zone. So deuces wild again. 2 balls, 2 strike, 2 out, 2 on, and the Rockies lead 2-1. Brandon McCarthy sitting alongside Brett Anderson. 2 fellas trying to fight back after very bad injuries, setbacks. 2-2.